Good morning, Wittenberg engineers. Welcome on to Ion Engineering. Today is Tuesday, January 22nd. Today will be a high of 43 degrees and sunny. It's Robotics Engineering Month at AJ Wittenberg.
On today's show, Spotlight on Engineering is still focusing on bridges. Also, we will be sharing some interesting information on today in history in the wonderful world of robots. Let's start our day with the Pledge of Allegiance. Eleanor, will you lead us in the pledge?
Engineers, please stand. Salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Engineers, please be seated. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Ellie and Nolan. Engineers, and now time for the moment of silence.
Eleanor, I wonder what's cooking in the cafe. Do you know?
Nope, Nicholas. But Ann and Abigail do. Hey, Ann and Abigail, what's for lunch?
For Monday, January 22nd, AJ's Cafe is cooking up pizza, black bean burger, vegetation station, Asian ginger chicken soup, vegetable medley, choice of fruit, milk. It's yummy in your tummy. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Ann and Abigail. Today in the Poets Corner, Sina and Julia. Let's see what I have in store for us today.
Last night I dreamed of chickens by Jack Preskley. Last night I dreamed of chickens. There were chickens everywhere. They were standing on my stomach. They were nesting in my hair. They were pecking at my pillow. They were hopping on my head. As they were ruffling up their feathers as they raced about my bed. They were on the chairs and tables. They were on the chandeliers. They were roosting in the corners. They were clucking in my ears. There were chickens, 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 for as far as I could see. When I woke today, I noticed there were eggs on top of me. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Sina and Julia. Today we are back at the Hampton Avenue Bridge. It is an example of a post and beam bridge. Caleb and Jeff are there to begin our discussion of bridges. Caleb?
Let's review one more time. How many bridge types are there? And what are the types of bridges found around the world? There are 5 basic types of bridges: arched, cable-stayed, cantilevered, post and beam, and suspension. We have talked about all 5 types of bridges. Let's review what we have learned about bridges.
Let's start with the arch bridge. It has a great natural strength. Thousands of years ago, Romans built arches out of stone. Today, most arch bridges are made of steel or concrete, and they can span up to 800 feet. One famous arch bridge is the Alcantara Bridge in Spain, crossing the Tagus River in Spain. The Alcantara Bridge is a masterpiece of ancient Roman bridge building. The bridge was built between 104 and 106 AD by the order of Roman Emperor Trajan in 98 AD, who was honored by a triumphal arch in the center of the bridge and a small temple at one end.
Our next focus is the suspension bridge. The suspension bridge can span to 2,000 to 7,000 feet, way farther than any other type of bridge. Most suspension bridges have a truss system beneath the roadway to resist bending and twisting. One famous example outside the United States is the Tower Bridge in London, England. Tower Bridge is a combined cantilever and suspension bridge in London over the River Thames. It is close to the Tower of London, which gives it its name and has become a famous symbol of London. Construction started in 1886 and took 8 years to build. The bridge consists of 2 towers, which are tied together at the upper level by means of the 2 horizontal walkways, which are designed to withstand the forces of the suspended sections of the bridge.
Tomorrow we will connect the type of bridge for a purpose of the bridge. Is there a connection between the type of bridge and the distance it has to span? More tomorrow. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Caleb and Jeb. Now for Today in History. Sarah and Michael.
Today in 1889, the Columbia Phonograph Company was formed in Washington, D.C.
Today in 1961, the 1960s Olympic gold medalist and track star William Rudolph set a world indoor mark in the women's 60-yard dash. She ran the race in a speedy 6.9 seconds in a meet held in Los Angeles on this day.
It was called the day. It was on this day in 1915. A little town called Detroit, Michigan, was the first Kiwanis club formed. The name was taken from an old Indian term, which when translated means "we make ourselves known." Kiwanis International now has over 200,060 members and 8,000 clubs covering 96 countries worldwide. The Kiwanis Club sponsors a terrific kids program. Happy birthday, Kiwanis Club!
Today in 1970, the Boeing 747 went on its first regularly scheduled commercial flight from New York to London. More tomorrow. Back to the studio.
Thanks, Sarah and Michael. We are traveling to Japan to the museum for another look at the wonderful world of robots. Sarah and Michael?
Today we are reporting from the Museum of Robotics in Nyoja, Japan. We have talked about what robots are, what robots do, and why use robots, and what are they made of. Now, on to the people who make robots. Robotics engineers could invent the next generation of robotic toys, like this table tennis playing court.
A robotic engineer could build cool animatronic equipment and special effects for amusement parks and the entertainment industry.
A robotics engineer could increase manufacturing capacity by creating specialist robot for each automatical task.
A robotics engineer could design robots to explore where humans cannot, like the depths of the ocean or faraway planets. Reporting from the Robot Museum, in Japan. Back to the studio. Thanks, Cindy and Ethan. 4K engineers. Remember that it is awards day today. Use your best manners, listen to your teachers, and let's celebrate your accomplishments. Monday is Martin Luther King Day birthday. Monday is Martin Luther King's birthday, and we will be reporting more about his work next week. Engineers, it is time to sign off for the day. Remember to always keep in gear. G, give your best every day.
E, exercise smart problem solving.
A, act responsibly.
R, respect yourself and others.
I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Eleanor, signing off. Have a great day.